Welcome to another episode of Off the Line. This is your positive source of insights, opinions, and relevant information. We are live on TBN Philippines, TBN Asia, and UCAP Television. Tonight on this program, we will have a financial planner, Mr. Kenneth Dueñas. But before that, I'd just like to promote, we are partners with Sali Daig. Sali Daig is a Christian online short film festival or contest. The deadline of submission is going to be in July 10 at 11:59 p.m. I'll show you a clip of this contest so that you can understand it better. And after this, Mr. Kenneth Dueñas will be with us. All right, and there you have it. Now we have on our program Mr. Kenneth Dueñas, a financial planner. Good evening to you, sir. How are you doing?
Wow. Hello, Nori. Good evening, no? And wonderful evening to all our viewers. I hope that we can share something good to you guys and be blessed by the things that we're going to talk or tackle about this evening. So I'm good, Nori. Yeah, and very good this evening.
Yeah, first of all, would like to thank you for coming onto the program. Napaka-timely naman po talaga ng ating pag-uusapan because in this current day and age, sabi ko nga po kanina, lahat ay very anxious. Lahat ay worried. Lahat ay hindi malaman kung anong gagawin. Because again, you know, there's just a lot of things happening right now aside from the pandemic. Hindi lang sa bansa natin, but all across the globe. So, but before we talk about that, masyado malalim na kaagad yung aking intro, no? Let's introduce yourself first. Aside from you being a financial planner, just a short background about you, sir.
Yeah, so yeah, and again, I'm Kenneth. I'm Kenneth Dueñas, and most of my friends just call me Ken. Now, I'm 25 years old and I'm a financial planner. So what I do basically is I help people to manage their hard-earned money and give some professional advice on how they can legally grow their money. So
Mm-hmm.
this is my job, and at the same time, this is part of my ministry. And yes, it is a very exciting and a meaningful job. But before that, no, my former job was I am a seafarer on board.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a former OFW.
Mm. Okay. Um, 25 years old, financial
Yeah.
planner, a former na to sinasabi natin a former seafarer. How young were you when you were doing your seafaring job?
I was very young. I was like, kaka-19 ko lang when I get the job. Kasi
Wow.
maga kami nag-aral and we are company scholar.
Mm-hmm.
So we are designed to become future engineers and officers on board. So at 19 years old, I was sailing. So nagbabarko na ako.
Wow.
And worldwide.
Grabe yun
Yeah.
At 19. And,
Yes.
okay. So, anyways, ang ganda ng kwento ng istorya, no? But sige, let's put that to the side for now. Let's talk about your before we get into the financial details, the financial planning and your life story. Obviously, this is going to be your life story also. How did you come to know Jesus, sir? Paano yung encounter mo?
Yeah, I met God when I was dinala niya ako sa church. He brought me to the church to learn music.
Mhm.
So I was a part of the church music ministry.
Wow.
And I remember before, ang purpose ko lang talaga is matuto ng instrument. But what happened is that I was able to meet my mentors, my early mentors on that local church.
Uh-huh.
And eventually, I get to know more about Jesus.
Mm.
And yun, naging active ako sa ministry. So when I was on my teenage years, no,
Mm.
what I did is, nasa music ministry lang ako. So we do that every Saturday and Sunday. So that's how I met God personally. So
Mm.
through music.
Through music talaga.
Yep.
You did not think about pursuing a career in music?
Supposed to be, but actually, since I came from General Santos City, no, so
Uh-uh.
there's no such thing as, is like, I was inquiring, but walang opportunity ganun. And ano kasi, medyo yung years na when I was about to enter college,
Mm-mm.
sobrang daming challenges ang nangyari sa family namin.
Mm-mm.
That's what happened. Kaya hindi ko na pinursue.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. We have
So
quite
what
a few.
I
Sorry, sir. Go ahead.
So what I did is, dapat yon, I want to become a teacher at the same time I want to pursue music, but
Mm-mm.
it didn't happen. So what I did is, merong opportunity na dumating, and yun yung scholarship
Mm-mm.
for becoming a seafarer,
Mm-mm.
and shouldered, sponsored lahat.
Wow.
Kasi nangyari nun, before entering college, na bankrupt yung family namin.
Mm-hmm.
So I grew up kasi in Jensen, and where my family is negosyantes.
Mm-mm.
So our business is, we are selling vegetables to we are delivering vegetables to malls and to restaurants, but unfortunately, no,
Suppliers talaga, ha?
yes, ang business kasi is like this, Nori, like there's a certain point na
Mm-mm.
it has a peak,
Mm-mm.
but sometimes it goes to slump.
Oo.
So
Oo.
that's what happened with my family. Or very wrong timing kasi we are in college, me and my brother,
Mm-mm.
and what happened is, parang since we are broke, we need to look for means. And since I want to give kahit papaano, na I want to alleviate that parang situation.
Mm-mm.
So uh, fortunately, God gave me the opportunity to study for free.
Mm-mm.
Kasi I really wanted to get out from that cycle as well. So
Oo.
that leads me to seafaring industry, by the way. So sila yung nag-provide ng education for me. They sent me here in Manila.
Mm-mm.
I studied in Cavite. It was an exclusive school, and yeah, I became a seafarer at the age of 19. That's what happened with me.
Well, that's a pretty good accomplishment coming from at a very young age, no? Kasi normally kids are just pretty much dependent sa kanilang mga parents, no? But you had this matured mindset.
Yeah,
That's what I can
that,
sense.
that's something that I am so grateful with my parents, kasi they teach us how to survive at a very early
Young
age,
age,
like
oh.
business and all at a
Mm-mm.
very early age. So parang it's part of the system na how to survive.
Mm-mm.
So yan, so
So
that's it, that's what happened.
the family business, hindi naman siya naiwan sa slump na lang, no? It picked up again.
Eventually, yeah, pero right now my parents are retired because
Mm-mm.
me and my brother is doing well na. So we want to give back, and what happened is yun, we are supporting them right now. And yeah, recently wala na kami masyadong sinusuportahan. It's because graduate na yung sister ko, and that's because of our hard-earned money from on board ship.
Ah,
Because my brother is also a seafarer, by the way.
until now, yung brother mo.
Yes, up until now, he's an engineer on board.
So you have two siblings, tatlo kayo. Ikaw ba ang panganay, sir?
Middle child.
Middle child. Sabi nila
Yes.
pag middle child daw, very responsible. Totoo po ba yan?
By middle child syndrome.
Well,
Just kidding.
somehow, ano naman, hindi, totoo naman yon. Very responsible. Well, they are, this is what I call them. Sila yung mga talagang alpha dogs, alpha male, as we, kung lalaki, kung babae, alpha female. So, they have this leadership mentality.
Yes.
Parang sila yung leader ng bahay, no? Ng magkakapatid. Ganun ka ba?
Medyo ganon. Pero my early leadership experience was on church.
Oo.
Yung music ministry
Sa
kasi,
music team.
I don't know if you are, very kasi, it's something, church ministry is something like, you're not getting any paid, but you have to be responsible at it.
Correct.
So that's how and yung na-remember ko pa yung ano namin, yung music director namin, very strict yun. So
Oo.
I was able to earn that values from him,
Oo.
being
Tama
responsible.
naman. Same here. I was also part of a music team when I was
Ah, that's
younger.
nice.
In fact, just a few years ago, kasama pa rin ako. Until such time na hindi na kaya ng schedule. So I
So
had
true.
to, I had to give up. Anyways, this ministry naman tuloy-tuloy pa rin. But anyways, this is all about you. And we'll,
Yes,
we'll
yes,
talk
yes.
about, we'll talk about your life. We'll talk about your career, and then this huge question that is hovering my mind is, you went from seafaring or pagbabarko papunta sa financial planning. But okay, before we go to the financial planning, how was the experience sa barko, sir? How was it?
Um, I must say na yung experience sa barko has a big factor of who I am today.
Mm-hmm.
So nice siya, super nice. I was able to achieve my goals kasi dream ko rin maikot yung mundo,
Mm-hmm.
and that opportunity was given to me because of seafaring career. So I was able to roam around the world for free.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, pero yung life doon kasi is Nori is, sabi ko nga, there is a price na you will going to earn, but there's a price that you need to pay.
Mm-hmm.
And that price that you have to pay is being away from the family, the long voyage, 30
Mm-hmm.
days, sometimes hindi ka makakita ng lupa,
Mm-hmm.
no? Ang makikita mo lang, langit and tubig.
Uh-uh.
So you have most of the seafarer has this some kind of loneliness
Mm-hmm.
and depression,
Mm-hmm.
and I experienced that when I was on my third contract.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was my experience. Pero being a seafarer, it's a very noble job. I call them the modern superheroes. So I call them like that.
Kasi parang OFWs din naman talaga yan sila eh, di ba? Although they're
Yes,
not land-based, sea-based sila.
based.
Yeah, but of course, you were part of that. You were part of that category, modern
Yes.
heroes. So anyway, sir, so I mean, a lot of people wanted to get into the maritime industry or yung seafaring industry. Ang daming may gusto niyan. I know a lot of people. It's all over the place. Pag pumunta ka sa Ross Boulevard, ang dami-dami nakapila sa Magsaysay,
Yan.
nakapila sa ganitong mga companies.
Yes.
And here you are, nasa loob ka na ng industriya, and you went out. What made you decide muna? What made you decide to get out of the industry?
Yan. First of all, my company is Magsaysay. So,
Sakto
I'm
yung
grateful to
reference ko, ano?
Magsaysay. Yeah, they sponsored everything sa pag-aaral ko. So, anyway, so going back to that question, no, what makes me, I think, shift, right?
Yeah,
What
what
makes,
made you decide to get out of the seafaring industry? Bakit ka umalis muna? Anong kadahilanan?
ang reason nun is I just want to make a radical change with my life.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi what happens, Nori, kasi di ba, I share a while ago that I came from a family of negosyantes, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that we are poor, but it's hard for us to achieve yung tinatawag na parang stability, financial
Mm-hmm.
stability.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that on board. Parang sabi ko, grabe yung mga tao dito sa barko, ang lakas-lakas namin kumita,
Mm-hmm.
pero parang 5, 10 years they are working here, still their challenges
Mm-hmm.
is all about money. And I asked myself, will I continue this career and go through the journey na same like them? Kasi every time na napapadpad ako sa even right now, new industry, I always ask myself, do I see myself growing on that field
Mm-hmm.
3, 4, 5 years or 10 years from now?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I came to the point that asking myself, Lord, is this your will for me? Kasi I feel like I'm losing my time.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not saying na pangit talaga magsiman, but in fact, seafaring industry allows me to parang save more.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi what happened, Nori, I was able to save a lot from it, and that fund
Mm-hmm.
gave me this opportunity to start something here sa Philippines. And yun nga, at first, hindi ko goal talaga mag financial planner.
Mm.
I do research about investing, financial
Mm.
literacy,
Mm.
just for personal consumption. That's my
Mm.
goal.
Mm. So
But
when you were in, let me just go back quickly. So when you were in the in that industry, yung pagiging seaman, so na feel mo that you are not really well prepared. Hindi pa siya well prepared towards your future. Parang you're just gonna waste time if you will continue being in that industry. Ganun ba 'yon?
so yeah, something like that. But parang sabi ko, Lord, hindi ko nakikita yung sarili ko living this kind of life na away from family. That's part
Mm.
of it,
Mm.
the boredom and the depression.
Mm.
And I think I search, parang there's a void in my heart saying na Ken, there's something more out of life.
Mm.
So I answered that call. Pero ano, what happened kasi when I throw that question to God, sabi ko, Lord, what's your great plan about my life? And I know
Mm.
some of our seafarers and even OFW are watching here, Nori, having
Mm.
this hard time with their life.
Oo.
No? You just have to ask God. And what happened is, hindi naman dumating kagad yung sagot.
Mm.
Pero what happens is, right after I get off from that ship, from my second ship,
Mm.
and then I met lots of people that became my mentor again. And
Mm.
those mentors taught me how to properly manage my money. And then there are gurus here in the Philippines that
Mm.
they're well known. I follow them, like Sir Randall Chongson, and currently my boss, Sir Christopher Cervantes.
Mm.
They taught me how to manage my money well, and
Mm.
I was inspired by them.
Mm.
So what I did when I go back on board, I'm too confident with on how I can manage my money. I studied stocks and all. And then after that, I said, Lord, give me more signs on how can I stop boarding here on board. What happened on after I
Mm.
get off from my third vessel? Sabi ang challenge ni Lord sa akin, you have to let go if you really wanted to start something new. Kasi mahirap bitawan ng buhay OFW, ah.
Oo,
It's
at
because of
saka
the income.
kahit papaano malaking pera talaga eh.
Exactly.
Compared if you're just a
Imagine,
regular employee here.
yes, imagine mo, you are 19 years old and you are earning 50,000 pesos.
Oh, di
What
ba?
are you going to do with the money?
Oo.
So it's huge na for 19 years old. And guess what? God challenged me to that. Just let go and
Mm.
allow me.
Mm.
So what happened is right after, on my third day here sa Philippines, right
Mm.
after I get off from ship,
Mm.
my mentor, he told me that, Ken, do you have this desire to influence other people when it comes to finances, especially our co-seafarer?
Mm.
I said, yes, why not?
Mm.
Because it's something very noble and very impactful to people. So I answered the call. So what we did is I didn't show up to our office. I didn't renew my passport.
Mm.
Ano, my Siemens book at that time, my certificate, and totally I burned the bridge. And then after 6 months of studying, getting certification, yeah, I became a financial planner, and up
Mm.
until today, I see that as a blessing, no?
Mm.
Parang kasi sometimes that's how God do with our lives,
Mm.
redirection.
Mm.
He in every challenges kasi I was very depressed and I'm not satisfied. I'm earning well. In fact, malapit ko na ma-achieve yung goal ko na earning my first million.
Mm.
Actually, na-earn ko na siya, na-spend ko lang yung iba. But having said that, I'm very near to my goal, but I'm not happy.
Mm.
So yun pala yung void na yun. It's like parang every time kasi I see this story, every time na meron tayong challenges sa life, God wants us to listen to His will so that He can redirect us to the path that is supposed to be. So He brought me. That's how God led me into financial planning career
Mm.
through my mentors. So sila yung naging power sa akin. And guess what? Today, it's my passion. Parang it has a big part in my life. And hindi lang yung financial planning yung na-experience ko.
Mm.
I was able to start up businesses with my co-founder, and yeah, I'm today I was able to I was given the chance to lead people as well.
Mm.
And then madami kaming client na mini-mentor namin when it comes to
Mm.
finances. Kasi yun nga nakita kong big gap. I remember when I was young, very well off yung pamumuhay namin, and
Mm.
suddenly babagsak. It's because yung parents ko, they are not really good steward when it comes to money. Parang if
Mm.
we have so much money today, let's celebrate. And then
Oo.
if we don't have, no? Ano ka lang, mag-slow
Tiis
down ka
muna.
rin, no?
Oo.
And hindi naman ganun dapat yung finances. Dapat finances natin is sustainable. So,
Mm.
I know some of our OFWs are watching here today,
Mm.
no? Kasi, as you know, I don't know if nabalitaan mo, Nori, madaming OFW, flight attendant, mga seafarer ang pinapauwi this time.
Yeah,
So,
that's true. Because even some of our friends from the Middle East who are working in in the airline industry, ay nagulat din because it's very sudden, and this yun na nga eh, this crisis is something that nobody expected to happen. I read an article, sabi niya, I did not dream of this in my lifetime. Sabi niya ganon. So, o nga no, parang it's very rare that this kind of crisis happens at nangyari sa panahon natin. So,
yeah, that's
my next question would be this. How do you think, kasi ito yung talagang meat of our discussion eh, di ba? Earlier, the transition. And this time is,
yes.
how did you, not how did but rather, how do you think yung iyong pagiging financial planner or yung shift mo sa pagiging financial literate was able to, to get you through this crisis? And how will that impact if you share it to other people? Anong magiging possibilities ng kanilang finances?
Oh, that's a nice question, Nori. No? First of all, we have, before, kahit pa nung bago itong crisis na to, we have so much crisis na in life. No, so having that question, no, becoming a financial planner has taught me a lot, especially in preparation.
Mm-hmm.
No, kasi crisis is a test.
Mm-hmm.
This is a lesson that I learned from my mentor. His name is Bians, and he's a very successful man. And sabi niya, ito yun, in our life, there's always a test.
Mm-hmm.
The question is how prepared you are. So, kasi whenever there's a test and you are not prepared, whatever the result it is, that's
Mm-hmm.
your reward or that's your promotion.
Mm-hmm.
So, for me, financial planning has given me this parang preparedness of what's happening. Kasi sa financial planning, we practice that you must have emergency fund.
Mm-hmm.
Like me, I have a team, no, Nori,
Mm-hmm.
and meron din kaming businesses. Some of our business na kailangan i-let go, it's because of this situation. Pero some of our business was able to thrive.
Mm-hmm.
Especially my unit, my team, we were able to thrive because we were nakapag-prepare kami.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the gift of preparation. Not just even in your finances, I mean in life generally.
Correct.
Because whatever yung napagpreparahan mo, it's your capacity. And then if it will be go onto test, no, whatever the result, that's you. Or
Mm-hmm.
that will be your benefit. So if you're not happy with your result today,
Mm-hmm.
simple lang, go back ka lang sa preparation.
Mm-hmm.
That's the secret.
All right. And so, what do you think should other, hindi lang seafarers, but other, especially OFWs, what do you think should they be doing now? Ngayon na nandito na tayo sa sitwasyon na to andyan na yan we cannot turn back and say, oh, wala na ulit. Di ba? Nandyan na yan. Nandito na tayo sa sitwasyon ngayon. And what can they do now? Ano pwede nilang gawin para to jumpstart or probably to improve their finances?
Okay? So what they can do is, ito yung always ko na-advise, no? Mag-evaluate ka muna. Kasi yung tendencies kasi ng tao is nararattle ka agad. That's the time you became emotionally stressed and financially stressed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what you're going to do is, number one, you have to evaluate yourself. Kailangan mo na mag-evaluate ka or i-write down mo yung what you have today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's ang tawag doon inventory. Mag-inventory ka ng meron ka ngayon. Inventory ka ng asset mo, inventory ka rin ng liabilities mo, yung pagkakautang mo, and then tingnan mo kung ano pwede mong gawin doon.
Mm-hmm.
So what you can do is pwede mong inform yung family mo. Kasi actually yung mga OFW, hindi naman magastos yan.
Mm-hmm.
Minsan yung family. So you have to discipline all your relatives, telling them na, oops, I have these challenges right now.
Mm-hmm.
I need to cut it out. Kumbaga, i-reduce ko muna. I have to slow down. Second is, Ken, paano sila makakahanap ng opportunity here in the Philippines, no?
Mm-hmm.
That's a very hard question. Kasi regardless how huge is your money in the bank, eventually makukonsume mo rin yun pag wala kang
Yes.
trabaho. So I
Oo.
guess learn how to monetize the things that you have today. If you are good at art, no? Kasi this is what I believe, Nori, no? God has given us the ability to do well. Hindi sinabi doon kapag ka OFW ka lang, that's the time you can make wealth. So like me, what I did during that time when I stopped, what's the thing that makes me interest most? And yung business, kasi I grew up from business. And then second is investing. And then mahilig ako mag-coach ng tao. That's really my passion. So sabi ko, sige, how can I monetize this skill? Since I'm also do public speaking, I coach, I teach. So sabi ko, sige, I start from here. No, I know some of you guys watching here na maybe you have this skill in cooking. I have good friend. She is selling his cook food in the condo. No? Ang dami lahat. Kliyente niya sa ngayon sa condo and she's earning well. There's no crisis in his vision right now. Parang walang crisis. It's
So
because
anything that he does, minomonetize niya.
monetize na.
Right.
That's the thing. If you are a musician, no, you can conduct. This is the best time to write. This is the best time to write song about to inspire more people.
Yeah.
Paano ka makakapag-ship? Start monetizing the things that you are good at. And for sure, meron yan. Maniwala ka.
Yeah.
Correct. Kasi we are in the construction business as well, Nori. And I heard yung kinukwento ko sa mga tao namin na merong yung napabalita sa TV, may natanggap daw siya from SAP na worth 4,000 pesos. I forget the digit. And what he did is nagtinda siya ng barbecue. And kasi walang construction, kasi walang operation talaga ng construction this time, he's still earning kasi nagbebenta siya door to door. So, as you can see, this is the moment na kahit gaano ka pa katalino, what is your profession, hindi na to subukan ng profession. This time, dito papasok yung ability natin to do well. I mean, that's the gift from God. No? And
correct.
Yeah, that's the best thing about it. God has given us the ability to do well.
All right. Kenneth, I would, hate to break it, but, we are going to be going overtime in our in our episode. I know that you do consultancy. You do, you meet up clients probably right now via Zoom also or via other platforms. So invite the people who are watching to get in touch with you so they can get help or they can be guided moving forward before we wrap up the show.
Okay. So first of all, thank you guys for listening with us, no. So if you want more, kasi lang to, bali chunk lang, no. If you want I have this program, no, rin naisipan ko lang din this quarantine, no. And sometimes we charge 15 to 20,000 just for consultancy, but this time I'm thinking that we're going to give it away. So you can have a consultation with me for free. But for 15 or 30 minutes talk, I think I will be given the link na lang, Nori, so that they can register.
Sige.
It's a Google Sheet. You can register there. And then, kasi this is what I believe, Nori, whatever situation you are in your finances, no, you can do better than that. And if you want to learn about money management or debt, wala siyang commitment na I just want to share sa mga audience ninyo, Nori, to share something good. So,
ang dami natin natutunan. Bitin na bitin tayo sa oras. But, that's just how it is, Minsan yung bitin factor, yun yung nagpapaganda eh. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Nori, your host for today's episode. Let's pray to God na matapos na po ito. And again, God bless everybody.